and what we know about the incident after the driver took off.
Plus, Southeast Texans welcome home one of their own. The special procession held for Aiden Hartfield, the last local victim recovered from the Hill Country flood. And the city of Beaumont's giving you a little more time to weigh in on a big bond proposal, the projects that it would help fund, and which of your taxes would go up if approved. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning. We are following breaking news from overnight in the west end of Beaumont. Thanks for waking up with us here on 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. A 2-year-old girl was injured in a hit and run early this morning on College Street near Major Drive. It happened just before 1:30 a.m. Police say the child's mother was getting off work and had her toddler in the vehicle with her. We're told the young girl got out of the vehicle, ran into the road, and was hit by an SUV. The driver of the black Chevy Tahoe took off and the child was flown to a local hospital.
And we're not sure of the severity of the girl's injuries at this time, but police say that traffic investigators and ID technicians that came to the scene to identify that vehicle. Again, the suspect was driving a newer black Chevy Tahoe, so if you have any information about any of this, be sure to call police or Crime Stoppers, and you can remain anonymous. And of course, we're going to keep you updated on that as new information continues to come out.
Yeah, we'll also have the latest on the Texas Hill Country flood aftermath in just a moment. But first, let's get a check in on our forecast here in Southeast Texas with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. Temperatures not too bad out there this morning. We're dropping back down into the lower to middle 70s right now, so looking pretty good. 72 here in Beaumont, 72 in Kirbyville and Jasper as well, 73 in Woodville, and then 74 in Silsbee. Slightly warmer in Orange, 75, and also 76 as you look down towards Port Arthur. Pretty quiet on radar. Once again, we've been seeing a couple isolated showers kind of work their way off the Gulf of Mexico for this morning. Hasn't been a whole lot out there, but as we zoom in a little bit, you can see just a little bit of a downpour here just to the east of Taylor Landing, and then we've been watching this shower kind of work its way up to say the eastern edge of Chambers County and now into the western sections of Jefferson County. If it holds together, it might bring a little bit of rain to China right along that 90 corridor there as we head towards maybe the next half hour or so. It did bring some rain around the Winnie area, so a little bit of wet weather there. But now if you're traveling from Beaumont towards Houston, I don't think you'll have to worry about too much in the way of any rain for this morning. But most of the area, like I said, is fine. If you're heading out to work this morning, I don't think you have to worry about too much. As we look at our day planner, it starts off pretty dry. We won't really put any rain in the forecast, even though it might be an isolated shower. We'll go 20% at lunchtime, and then we'll go about a 40% coverage as we head between mainly about 2 to 4 o'clock for this afternoon. Some scattered showers, maybe hear a little bit of thunder, see a little bit of lightning here and there. Won't be too scattered out there. Some folks won't see any rain today, of course, and it's going to be hot. Temperature's going to be up around 92, so hot and humid, and that could lead to a couple of those showers or thunderstorms. By the time we get in towards this evening, things should start to quiet down. We'll see temperatures in the 80s throughout the evening. By 10 o'clock, it should be dry, and we're expecting a dry night tonight. Matter of fact, next couple of days look dry before we bring more rain chances back into the forecast as we head towards the weekend. We'll have a complete 7-day for you in weather in just a little bit.
Thank you, Jeff. And Southeast Texans, they lined the roads for miles yesterday as the body of 22-year-old Aiden Hartfield was welcomed back home and honored in Beaumont. His procession had started in San Antonio, and Aiden was picked up by Beaumont police yesterday afternoon.
On his final journey home, Aiden made his way to Broussard's, where his family was waiting to begin preparations for his services. Aiden was the last of the 4 victims from Southeast Texas to be found. He graduated from Kelly High School with Joyce Baden and Ella Cahill. The group of friends were staying in Hunt along the Guadalupe when the flash flood hit July 4th. 8-year-old Mary Grace Baker, who was a student at St. Anne's, also died. She was staying at Camp Mystic. One woman says she attended to show support for the family.
May God bless each and every one of them and comfort them. I have kids that age, and it affects me because that could have been my children.
The woman says she and her husband were at their home in Canyon Lake when the flood hit, about an hour and a half from Kerrville. We also spoke to Aiden's dad, Hartfield, on the phone Saturday. He confirmed his son's body was recovered and said, quote,
This brings us to the point where we can begin to grieve and start the healing process.
And meanwhile, a GoFundMe has recently been created in honor of Lumberton native Melissa Kamen. She was also killed in the flood. Melissa's body was recovered last Wednesday. Her husband, Rob, also killed with her. The couple lived in Atascocita, and Melissa worked at a nursing home in Humble. Now, our sister station in Houston spoke to some of her friends and colleagues.
They say they remember Melissa for her faith, her laugh, and her kindness.
Last week, my last words were to her on the text message. It said, "Get some rest, woman of God."
The couple was camping in their RV for the holiday weekend. The GoFundMe was created by another friend of Melissa's who hopes it will help care for the 2 children she has left behind who she loved so deeply. If you'd like to help out, just head over to 12newsnow.com.
And there are also upcoming services for Joyce Baden. Family and friends are going to continue. They're going to gather at 3 p.m. this Friday at Broussard's, and a massive Christian burial that's going to be celebrated at 10 a.m. Saturday at St. Anthony Cathedral Basilica. There's also going to be a massive Christian burial for Ella Cahill next Saturday, July 26th at 10 a.m. at St. Anne's Catholic Church in Beaumont.
And we've partnered with our fellow TEGNA TV stations across Texas for the Texas Flood Relief Drive. You can scan the QR code on your screen and make a donation. So far, you've helped us raise more than $350,000. That money will be granted to eligible local nonprofits, providing direct support to flood victims. Thank you for your help.
Time is now 7:06. Services have been set for longtime Beaumont police officer Lieutenant Curtis Bro. A rosary is going to be recited Wednesday at 5 p.m. at Broussard's in Beaumont. On Thursday, there's going to be a massive Christian burial at 1 p.m. at St. Anthony Cathedral Basilica. His burial is going to follow at Oak Bluff Memorial Park in Port Neches. Lieutenant Bro died Friday morning at his home after a medical emergency.
New developments this morning. With all the attention on the flooding in the Hill Country, you may have missed a big developing story in Beaumont. Neighbors now have until midnight tonight to give feedback on a possible $313 million bond package. It could fund parks, infrastructure, and public safety improvements, but it would also mean higher property taxes.
12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's breaking down what's at stake and why the city of Beaumont extended the deadline. Derek?
Mark, Tia, if this bond proposal moves forward, it could possibly cost property owners at least an extra $10 a month on any home business valued at $150,000 or more. After July 4 floods in the Hill Country, Beaumont City leaders decided to give residents more time to weigh in on a major bond proposal. The city extended its virtual open house through Monday at midnight at beaumontsbonds.com, giving people an extra 24 hours to review the plans and submit feedback. The bond package could fund up to 14 projects with a total price tag of $179 million to $313 million. It would be the first time in more than 40 years that a city bond raises property taxes.
This bond is to help Beaumont grow, to give Beaumont things that they needed that we ordinarily wouldn't have the money to do.
Here's what it could cost you. $10 to $16 more per month for every $150,000 of value for a home, business, or industrial site. Up to 14 projects proposed, and you can view the proposal and leave a comment at beaumontbonds.com. Projects under consideration include Dallin Road Extension, new animal shelters, police headquarters, a golf course renovation, Riverfront Park expansion, and downtown sports complex. At an in-person open house over the weekend, city consultant Jeff Barton with Gap Strategies walked residents through the options.
And the city's really hoping that residents come by and give their opinions. They're seeking as much public input as they can get.
Residents like Richard Johnson say something needs to change.
My daughter calls it Beaumont because there's really nothing here to do for young people. So, let's try to get something for the young people to be able to say, I'm proud.
The city's bond committee meets again to review public comments before making a final recommendation to City Council. If the City Council approves it, the bond proposal could be on the ballot in November. Again, tonight is the last night's comment for this phase of the process. The virtual open house is live now at beaumontbonds.com. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Derek, thank you.
Money Matters, sponsored by Gulf Credit Union.
And in the past 2 weeks, the price at the pump has fallen by nearly 9 cents a gallon.
Now the average price for gas is just over $3.22. Refiners are charging lower wholesale prices on gasoline to their buyers because of heavy competition in the summer driving season. Earlier cuts to oil prices also contributed to this price drop. Crude oil prices have also improved despite July 6th announcement that partners would increase August production. Oil prices have rebounded, a rise of $3.06. There's speculation the Trump administration may deepen sanctions on oil from Russia, which factors in for the improvement of oil prices. One of summer's biggest sales just ended, and now packages are piling up.
Yeah, but that also means it's prime time for porch pirates. Jen Sullivan, she shows us how to protect your deliveries and what steps to take if they are stolen.
Online shoppers are scoring hot summer deals right now, with retailers like Amazon offering big discounts.
Prime Day is really exciting for us.
Richard Rocha with Amazon says Prime Day members bought 375 million items worldwide in 2023. Other big box retailers are also slashing prices. And while shoppers are seizing the discounts, thieves could be seizing the opportunity to steal your stuff as packages pile up outside homes.
It is a crime of opportunity.
Corey Colleton with Security.org says they looked at crime data and found more than 58 million packages were stolen in 2024. While Amazon says the vast majority of packages are delivered without any issues, there are things customers can do to make sure their items are safe.
They're able to track their packages in real time when they're about to be delivered. And then when they do get delivered, there's a photo that's sent to you so you can see exactly where it was put.
Rocha also says customers can leave notes about their delivery, like drop off behind the house. Certain items can be delivered to a hub locker at no additional cost, and you can schedule to have your items delivered on a day you are home. So what should you do if your packages are stolen? Amazon says call customer service to get it fixed.
We're all about convenience, so we want to make sure that customers have the best way that they can get something that's most convenient for them.
And call the police.
It is a crime and it's taking place on your personal property.
While security cameras can help you catch thieves in the act, law enforcement recommends not engaging with the thief.
All right, coming up this past weekend was the 1-year anniversary of the attempt made on President Trump's life. What a new report reveals about what the Secret Service knew about it days before.
And out the door this morning, we're looking at clear skies for most of the area. There are a few clouds here and there. Looks like we could see a couple of showers out there for today, about a 30-40% coverage. Looks like higher rain chances, though, as we head towards the weekend, and some moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. Take the umbrella. You'll need it maybe this afternoon. Like I said, maybe this weekend we could see even a better chance for some rain. We'll have a complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Are you looking for qualified employees? You'll find them at the 12 News Job Fair, Thursday, July 24th at the MCM Elegante from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Collect applications, do initial job screenings, or hold complete interviews. The 12 News Job Fair is attended by hundreds of applicants ready to work. Call 409-833-7512 to find out how you can be a part of the 12 News Job Fair, July 24th at the MCM Elegante. Reserve your booth today. As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. Across Texas this morning, a hearing is scheduled for this Wednesday to set a date for Robert Roberson's execution. Roberson made national headlines after being convicted of killing his 2-year-old daughter. Evidence suggested that she died of shaken baby syndrome. Well, several experts, they have since discredited that theory. Roberson was supposed to be put to death last fall, but dozens of Texas lawmakers intervened asking for clemency. We'll keep you updated. This past weekend was 1 year since the assassination attempt against President Trump. It happened at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, but this morning a new report revealing that the Secret Service received intelligence about a threat 10 days before the rally. They apparently never told law enforcement organizing security for that event.
Mostly clear skies across southeast Texas for this morning. Temperatures are pretty comfortable into the 70s, but here's the view from right here at our 12 News studio. A camera looking down I-10. It's going along pretty smoothly for this morning here at the 7 o'clock hour. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Need the sunglasses this morning, but you might need the umbrella later on this afternoon. We are expecting to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we'll show you our range coverages here in a minute or two. But let's start off with some temperatures. 72 right now in Jasper and Kirbyville, 72 in Beaumont, looking at about 75 in Orange, 76 in Port Arthur, and Silsbee currently at about 74. Woodville, we've been generally seeing temperatures there around 73 to 74 degrees for this morning. Radar, very quiet except for a couple of very isolated showers, and I think that's all we're going to see through the morning hours. Maybe a couple of these isolated showers. By this afternoon, we'll see rain chances increase to about 30 to 40%. But right now, a little bit of a shower, southwest corner of Jefferson County, a little speck of a shower toward the west of Port Arthur, and then looks like we have a little bit of a heavy downpour that's working its way up towards China. So if you have plans to maybe head out here in the next 5-10 minutes down 90 towards China, you might be running into a little bit of rain there as you may be passing through China heading off towards the west. But that shower almost over top of 90 right now. It shouldn't stick around for too long. They've been moving pretty good towards the north, a good clip at about 20 miles an hour. As we check the Gulf, there's quite a bit of activity out there as far as scattered showers, so we'll see a few of those kind of creep in this morning. I think the bulk of the activity will be later on this afternoon as we get temperatures up there until the lower 90s, heat things up a little bit. We also have scattered rain up towards the Dallas area for this morning, up towards northeastern Texas, and unfortunately we're seeing a good bit of rain out towards the hill country again this morning. They've been seeing some flash flood warnings out there once again towards places actually from Del Rio back over towards the Austin area. So not good news for those folks. Hopefully nothing too heavy out there this morning. As we look at our futurecast, temperatures climbing through the 80s this morning. Through noon, I think we'll be pretty quiet. As we get past noon into the afternoon, we'll see a good, I think, 30-40% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms. That should quiet down for this evening. As we head through the evening hours, we'll drop off through the 80s and eventually the 70s as we head towards tomorrow morning with just some partly cloudy skies. Out into the Gulf, there is a potential for maybe some formation as far as a tropical system. Hurricane Center says about a 30% chance out there of some development over the next 7 days. Right now, we'll continue to watch it, but it's very quiet right now. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy, 30-40% chance of rain with temperatures there into the lower 90s. Heading into tonight, some middle to lower 70s, just partly cloudy, really no chance of rain overnight. And we're really not looking for much of a chance of rain on Tuesday or Wednesday as it looks fairly dry. Now, as we head towards the weekend, especially Friday, Saturday, that's when we could see some moisture off the Gulf and kick up our rain coverages to about 50% for both of those days.
All right, well, that's not so bad, I suppose. We just have to keep an eye on that thing out there and see if it gives us any more rain like we're expecting to have.
Yeah, it depends on what it does. If it does strengthen a little bit, my rain chances might go up. If it continues just a weekend, we might bring those down. So we'll have to wait and see if anything develops at all in the Gulf. Right now, it doesn't look like a good chance of development, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. Don't forget, it's Christmas in July on 12 News Daybreak. That means we're giving away tickets for a family of 4 to Moody Gardens on Wednesdays in the 6 a.m. hour. We're also going to announce our grand prize winner on the 23rd, which includes your tickets and a night at the hotel and a round of golf for one. So head to 12newsnow.com/contest to enter. All right, it's 7:19, time for some trending news. Picture this, you step into the shower on vacation and you are staring right up at someone else's window. Awkward, right?
Yeah, very much so. One traveler recently shared their bizarre online booking experience, posting a photo of their shower ceiling that basically had a clear view into a neighbor's place. No curtains, no covers, just an open window staring right back at you. The internet had a field day suggesting everything from hanging towels to balancing umbrellas on the shower rail to save some privacy. That's a look at what they could see right there on your screen. Some joke the owner must live right above, probably watching and judging your shower routine. Others said this kind of weird layout isn't all that uncommon, especially if the glass is tinted.
Put a curtain up.
Is the glass tinted is the question.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, right? I know.
That's weird.
All right, well, Grok is at it again, making headlines for its apparent loyalty to Elon Musk.
Yeah, the latest version of Musk's AI chatbot is echoing the views of its creator, so much so that it'll sometimes search online for his stance on an issue before offering up an opinion. In response, Musk's company xAI posted a statement on social media over the weekend apologizing for Grok. The company says that the update caused it to refer to existing user posts, even those with extremist views. As a result, it repeated long-standing anti-Semitic tropes. xAI says the coding change update was only active for 16 hours. Grok's account was frozen Tuesday, but has since been turned back on. These things have a mind of their own.
They definitely do.
All right, when it's time for a fun night out, nothing beats a big cocktail, but Tijuana, that took it to the next level.
All right, the city in Mexico set a new Guinness World Record Friday for the largest margarita ever. The massive cocktail is nearly 35,000 liters. Look at it. One of the drink mixers involved in the project says the effort took significant contributions from 3 universities and various suppliers who provided materials and logistics. The record-breaking event was part of Tijuana's 136th anniversary celebrations. Wonder how long it took them to do that.
I wonder how long it'll take me to drink that.
Exactly. You couldn't do it on your own.
I'll bring my crazy straw.
Well, speaking of big, a recent discovery has archaeologists scratching their heads.
Yeah, they recently found some enormous ancient Roman shoes in northern England. They're not that big. I wear the same size here. More than 30 leather soles were unearthed. The biggest, nearly 18 inches long. That's a modern measurement of size 13 and a half. I only wear size 13, so they're a little bit bigger than me. They were found where Roman soldiers and families once stayed, and they believe it means that the large towering troops once guarded the area. That's super interesting, especially since Romans, of course, they're from Italy and they're known for being little guys.
So maybe, okay, so is it more about the shoe size or their location where they're found?
It could have been maybe some foreign troops they had or something, or maybe just had some really tall guys. They sent them up to England to hang out.
Okay.
Who knows? We'll see.
All right, here is a live look at Beaumont right now. A beautiful view. Your time is 7:23. Meteorologist Jeff Gerber will be right back with another look at your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. 7:25 on this Monday morning. Along the coast today, we're looking at a southwesterly wind at 5 to 10 knots. Kicks the seas about 2 feet. Next high tide coming up here very shortly, 7:32 this morning. Then we'll see one this evening at 4:59. Our sunset tonight's about 8:19. We're looking for a light chop in the lakes and bays today. Right now, we're looking at a water temperature about 86 out into the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America. As we look at our satellite and radar, pretty quiet out there. Really don't have a whole lot going on. There have been a couple isolated showers that have popped up, especially over towards the western sections of Jefferson County. That's been about it. Heading to work this morning, I think you'll be fine. It's driving home. We're expecting maybe a 30-40% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms today.
All right, still ahead on Daybreak, breaking news overnight in the west end of Beaumont. What BPD is telling us about its investigation after a toddler was hit by an SUV on College Street.
Plus, we break down the details of a bond proposal in Beaumont that'll fund several city projects and what it would cost you.
And overnight rain makes search and recovery efforts more difficult in Kerr County, the impact on volunteers and how things are looking this morning.
And taking a live look outside this morning, it is now 7:26. We will have more news and weather in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Good morning. We're following breaking news from overnight in the west end of Beaumont. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. We have an update from Beaumont Police. It was a 2-year-old boy who was injured in a hit and run early this morning on College Street near Major Drive. This happened just before 1:30 a.m. and police say the child's mother was getting off of work and had the toddler in the vehicle with her. They say the young boy got out of the vehicle, ran into the road, and was hit by an SUV. The driver of the black Chevy Tahoe took off, and the child was flown to a local hospital.
We're not sure of the severity of the boy's injuries at this time. Police say traffic investigators and ID technicians came to the scene to identify the vehicle. Again, the suspect was driving a newer black Chevy Tahoe. If you have any information on who that may be, call Beaumont Police or Crime Stoppers, where you can remain anonymous. And of course, we'll keep you updated on that as new information comes out.
Yeah, we're also going to have the latest on the Texas Hill Country flood aftermath in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and get a check on the forecast here in Southeast Texas with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Jeff, how's it looking this morning?
Not bad at all. Temperatures out there into the middle to lower 70s, and we have mostly clear skies across the area. So a good start. We will see some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we get in towards this afternoon. Actually have a couple isolated showers this morning. I'll show you those on radar here in just a second. Let's start off with the temperatures though. Woodville and Jasper at 73, Kirbyville at 72, and then some middle 70s as you go up towards Silsbee and farther to the south. 74 in Silsbee and Beaumont, 76 both for Port Arthur and Orange right now. As we look outside, like I said, mostly clear skies. There are a few clouds here and there. Of course, this is the view from the Horseman's Western Store over in Orange. And pretty dry over in that direction. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing 79 in Orange, humidity at 95% with a little bit of a northwesterly wind between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. But traffic's going along pretty smoothly here on this Monday morning. Looks like no problems at this early hour here. And then we'll switch over towards Packer-the-Prairie downtown, also seeing just a few clouds around. Temperatures downtown showing about 81 degrees from our Packer-the-Prairie location, humidity at 82% with a northeasterly wind at about 3. Here's radar, and like I said, pretty quiet for this morning. We do see a few isolated showers, one working its way, it's already past China, working its way northward, northern parts of Jefferson County. Another shower popping up across the southwestern corner of Jefferson County. A little bit of a sprinkle or a lone shower out into Sabine Lake, but not much going on this morning. Heading out to work, I don't think you have to worry too much about rain. But on the way home, we could see a pretty decent dose of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll go 40% in our forecast for today through the afternoon as temperatures reach the lower 90s. And once we get to that hot temperature, that'll help activate some of those showers and thunderstorms with the heat and humidity. We'll see generally a south wind between 3 and 8 for today. So keep the umbrella handy. Like I said, this morning I think you'll be fine, but it's this afternoon that you might have to dodge a couple of showers here and there and need that umbrella. Most of the week looks like it could be either on the wet side or on the dry side, kind of up and down rain chances. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up.
Southeast Texans watched for miles yesterday as the body of 22-year-old Aiden Hartfield was welcomed back home and honored in Beaumont. His procession started in San Antonio yesterday morning. It was picked up by Beaumont police yesterday afternoon around 4:30.
On his final journey back home, Aiden made his way to Broussard's where his family was waiting to begin preparations for his services. Aiden was the last of the 4 victims from Southeast Texas to be found. He graduated from Kelly Catholic High School with Joyce Baden and Ella Cahill. The group of friends was staying in Hunt along the Guadalupe River when the flash flood hit July 4th. 8-year-old Mary Grace Baker, who is a student at St. Anne's in Beaumont, also died. She was staying nearby at Camp Mystic. Now, we spoke to one woman who tells us that she attended yesterday to show support for the family.
May God bless each and every one of them and comfort them. I have kids that age, and it affects me because that could have been my children.
And that woman says that she and her husband were at their home in Canyon Lake when the flood hit, about an hour and a half away from Kerrville. She says that they have also donated to victims. Now, 12 News also spoke to Aiden's dad, Thad Hartfield, over the phone Saturday when he confirmed his son's body had been recovered. He told us, quote, "This brings us to the point where we can begin to grieve and start the healing process."
Meanwhile, a GoFundMe has recently been created in honor of Lumberton native Melissa Kamen. She was also killed in the flood. Melissa's body was recovered last Wednesday. Her husband, Rob, was also killed. The couple lives in Atascocita, and Melissa worked at a nursing home in Humble. Our sister station in Houston spoke to some of her friends and colleagues.
They say that they remember Melissa for her faith, her laugh, and her kindness.
Last week, my last words were to her on the text message. It said, "Get some rest, woman of God."
And the couple was camping in their RV for the holiday weekend. The GoFundMe was created by another friend of Melissa's who hopes that it will help honor her memory and help care for the 2 children she has now left behind and loved so deeply. If you'd like to help, we have more information on 12newsnow.com.
There are also upcoming services in remembrance of Joyce Baden. A gathering of family and friends will be held at 3 p.m. this Friday at Broussard's, and a massive Christian burial will be celebrated at 10 a.m. Saturday at St. Anthony Cathedral Basilica. There will also be a massive Christian burial for Ella Cahill next Saturday, July 26th at 10 a.m. at St. Anne's. In West Kerr County, the Sheriff's Office says recovery efforts can resume this morning after heavy rainfall overnight.
Simone Simpson shares more on the rain's impact on volunteers.
Members of the community obeyed the emergency alert, immediately pausing search and recovery efforts for volunteers. The volunteer headquarters at Antler Stadium were barren Sunday.
We're waiting for this code red to stop and so we can get back to work.
Water crews were grounded, and at VFW Post 1480 in Kerrville, operations also ceased.
Being an ex-military person, you know, it kind of feels good to be back on a team and helping people out.
Post Commander Eric Burton says Saturday was a madhouse with 700 volunteers at the VFW post wanting to lend a hand any way they could, but that slowed significantly once the emergency alert was issued.
The need to help out has been really great. I mean, I can't tell you how happy I am to see all these people coming in to our little location and donating and providing. The volunteers wanting to just do road cleanup. We had a lady come in here today and all she wanted to do was just clean the floor. I mean, that's all we need sometimes. Just that little help really helps out a whole bunch.
The Kerr County Sheriff's Office did allow recovery teams in some areas to resume work later Sunday. A flood warning remains in effect for Kerr County through Monday morning. The Kerrville Police Department wants everyone to keep an eye out on low water crossings and drive with caution. Reporting from Kerrville, I'm Simone Simpson.
And we've partnered with our fellow TEGNA TV stations across Texas for the Texas Flood Relief Drive. You can scan that QR code right there to make a donation. So far, you have helped us raise more than $350,000, and that money is going to be granted to eligible local nonprofits providing direct support to flood victims. We want to thank you for your help.
Time now 7:37. Services have been set for a longtime Beaumont police officer Lieutenant Curtis Rowe. A rosary will be recited Wednesday at 5 p.m. at Broussard's in Beaumont. On Thursday, there will be a massive Christian burial at 1 p.m. at St. Anthony Cathedral Basilica. His burial will follow at Oak Bluff Memorial Park in Port Neches. Lieutenant Rowe died Friday morning at his home after a medical emergency.
A family is safe after a fire destroyed their wooden home Saturday night on Dunraman Road in Orange in the Little Cypress Mauriceville area. Orange County ESD 3, along with multiple agencies that responded to the blaze. The homeowner says that the house was uninsured due to difficulty securing coverage for a wooden structure. The chief there for the fire department reports that the home isn't a total loss. It will still have to be demolished, though.
In other news, a Fannett man's manslaughter trial is expected to start this week. 67-year-old Harry Lowenthal was charged with second-degree manslaughter last September after 3 men died from a fentanyl overdose in January of 2024. Dalton Batiste was also arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder. If convicted, Lowenthal faces 2 to 20 years in prison. We'll keep you updated on trial proceedings. All right, the city of Beaumont, it's moving closer to a historic bond election, one that could fund over $300 million in projects and raise property taxes for the first time in decades. On top of that, the city has extended its online open house through midnight tonight. It's an effort to give more neighbors a chance to weigh in. 12 News reporter Derek Jones is in studio to break all of this down. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Mark and Tia. Dozens of residents attended this weekend's open house at the Lakeside Center, where they looked over plans for what could become a $313 million bond package. The proposal includes projects in these main areas: parks and recreation, public safety, city buildings, road and sidewalk improvements, and downtown revitalization. If voters approve this, property taxes could go up. Here's what it would cost you: $10 to $16 more per month for every property valued at $150,000 or more. That's for a home, business, or industrial site. There are up to 14 projects proposed, and you can view all of them and leave comments at BeaumontBonds.com. Projects under consideration include the Dowling Road extension, a new animal shelter, a new police headquarters, a golf course renovation, the expansion of Riverfront Park, and a new downtown sports complex. We spoke to Arthur Lewis, chair for the Bond Advisory Committee, about what this could mean for the city.
This bond is to help Beaumont grow, to give Beaumont things that they needed that we ordinarily wouldn't have the money to do. I'm on a fixed income. But you have to ask yourself for quality of life.
If the city council approves it, the bond proposal could be on the ballot in November. Again, you have until midnight tonight to make your voice heard. To review the city's project plans and give your feedback, visit BeaultMontBonds.com. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you so much for that report, Derek. It is now 7:40, still ahead on Daybreak. New details on a deadly shooting spree in Kentucky Sunday. The questions that still remain this morning after at least 2 people were killed.
And we're seeing some nice mild temperatures to start off on this Monday. Mostly clear skies, but we are looking at some scattered showers for later on this afternoon. We'll have a complete forecast in just a few minutes.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
We bring you the latest breaking news.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
Are you looking for qualified employees? You'll find them at the 12 News Job Fair, Thursday, July 24th at the MCM Elegante from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Collect applications, do initial job screenings, or hold complete interviews. The 12 News Job Fair is attended by hundreds of applicants ready to work. Call 409-833-7512 to find out how you can be a part of the 12 News Job Fair, July 24th at the MCM Elegante. Reserve your booth today.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with another hurricane tip, protecting yourself against damaging wind. Secure or bring inside outdoor items such as lawn furniture and trash cans to prevent them from endangering property or people. Trim or remove trees close enough to fall on your home and protect windows with permanent storm shutters or sheeting. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
7:43 on this Monday morning. We have mostly clear skies across southeast Texas. We look up towards Jasper County Courthouse. This camera brought to you by Provalis. And as we look down here towards our 12 News studio in Beaumont, this camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. A few clouds off in the distance, but overall we have, like I said, mostly clear skies on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. A couple isolated showers out there. I'll show you radar, and we'll also, of course, look at our 7-day forecast, which shows rain chances a little bit for today and then more towards the weekend. But right now we're looking at temperatures generally in the middle 70s. 76 in Beaumont and Port Arthur, 77 in Orange, 75 in Jasper, 74 in Silsbee. Slightly cooler in Kirbyville at 72, and Woodville currently showing 73. Pretty quiet. There's a few isolated showers through Jefferson County here, but that's about it. These are showers that have been coming off the Gulf of Mexico. They don't make it too far north. We've seen one shower kind of make it up into southern parts of Hardin County, but that's about it. You can see one lone shower over Sabine Lake, and then another one all the way down south and west of Port Arthur, another one even south and west of Taylor Landing. So a couple of little heavy downpours here. Nothing really to write home about, no thunderstorms or anything like that. As we get into this afternoon, we will see rain chances increase a little bit, as we're expecting to see about a 40% coverage of rain today. But you can see those spotty showers out in the Gulf again for this morning. They're drifting northward, and like I said, they don't go too far northward before they finally die out. Bad news for parts of the hill country. Starting to see some more rain out there into sections of the hill country. Hopefully that'll start to weaken a little bit as we head towards later on this morning. And then we've also been seeing some scattered rain up I-35 towards Waco into Dallas for this morning, even some showers and thunderstorms near the Red River Valley. Our forecast calling for a pretty quiet morning, with the exception of for some of those isolated showers coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. As we get into the afternoon, temperatures climb to the lower 90s, and that should activate about a 30-40% coverage of some showers and thunderstorms. As quickly as they pop up, they should start to die down as we head towards the evening. Temperatures in the 80s this evening, and then as we go towards the overnight hours, expect to see 70s once again. Just partly cloudy. I don't think we'll see any rain overnight. Matter of fact, next couple of days look like they're going to be pretty dry. Out in the northern Gulf, we're watching out for maybe some development. There's a little area of disturbed weather off the east coast of Florida, and that's going to drift off towards the west over the next 7 days. Right now, the Hurricane Center says about a 30% chance of some development. Wind's not that conducive out into the Gulf of Mexico for development. Haven't seen any long-range models indicating something developing there, but we'll watch it as we head through the next 7 days. I think we will get some moisture from it, so we'll increase our rain chances towards the weekend. But for today, we'll go about 40% coverage, highs in the lower 90s. And then for tonight, no rain expected as we drop off into the middle to lower 70s. As we look at our 7-day forecast, dry Tuesday, Wednesday, hot on Wednesday, 94. And then here comes some of that moisture from the Gulf, about a 50% chance of rain on Friday, another 50% coverage of rain on Saturday, and then we'll drop that down to about 30% on Sunday. Of course, those numbers will be adjusted depending on if we see anything developing out in the Gulf.
Kind of hate that it's mainly happening on the weekend, but I mean, give and take.
Yeah, hopefully, like I said, it could speed up, slow down, or whatever. Those numbers will fluctuate probably a little bit before we actually make it to the weekend.
Yeah, that makes sense. We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you, Jeff.
Uh-huh.
All right, we have a couple of traffic alerts before you head out the door this morning, so expect alternating lane closures on the MLK Bridge between Port Arthur and Pleasure Island today through Friday. This will be daily from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. so the bridge can be inspected. And then the southbound lanes of Highway 69 at Highway 73, that's going to be closed tonight from 9 till midnight. Drivers are going to need to exit Highway 73 west and then use the Savannah Avenue U-turn and then head back east on 73 to rejoin 69 south. That's a whole lot right there, so expect delays or consider alternate routes. All right, now to the Kentucky, where we are learning new details about a shooting spree Sunday.
It started with an ambush and ended in a shootout at a small suburban church. At least 2 people were killed and questions still remain. ABC's Allison Cossack explains.
Police say the violence started on Sunday near Bluegrass Airport in Lexington. A state trooper received an alert on his automated license plate reader, so he began a traffic stop. At 11:36 a.m., the trooper walked up to the vehicle and was ambushed by the suspect.
There were some people en route to the airport, and they got out and assisted the trooper.
Investigators say the shooter then drove 9 miles before stopping and stealing a different car. The suspect then allegedly drove the stolen car to the Richmond Road Baptist Church, where he opened fire, killing at least 2 people and injuring 2 others before he was killed in a shootout with police.
Preliminary information indicates that the suspect may have had a connection to the individuals at the church.
Now officials are telling ABC News that the suspect had a history of mental health, drug, and anger issues, and that his ex had filed for a protection order against him in the past. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who has advocated for red flag gun laws in the past, posting on X, "Please pray for everyone affected by these senseless acts of violence." It comes as we learn more about the victims of the shooting. Officers identifying them as 72-year-old Beverly Gum and 34-year-old Christina Combs. Both were members of the small suburban church.
The majority of the individuals that attend the church there are related biologically some way or another. If not, they've been friends for many, many years. So it's a very tight-knit group.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
At this time, police say there's no known motive for the shooting. We do know one of the victims was in critical condition overnight.
In Michigan, a McDonald's manager was fatally stabbed by a fellow employee after an argument. Manager Jennifer Harris sent home her employee Afeni Badu Muhammad, only for Muhammad to return and stab Harris several times. A customer in the drive-thru intervened and held Muhammad at gunpoint until police arrived. Muhammad pled not guilty in virtual court Friday. The judge set her bond at $25 million. Her preliminary hearing is scheduled for July 30th. Harris was a single mother of 6.
And when 12 News Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush hour. It is now 7:50.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
filtering out rumors and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. Sponsored by Sabine Equipment.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's 7:53 right now, and it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. A 2-year-old boy was hit by an SUV early this morning on College Street near Major Drive. Police say he was in a vehicle with his mother who'd just gotten off work. When he got out, ran into the road and was hit by the driver of a black Chevy Tahoe. That driver took off and the child was flown to hospital. If you know who may have been driving the Tahoe, call police or Crime Stoppers.
And the body of 22-year-old Aiden Hartfield was welcomed back home to Beaumont yesterday. His procession started in San Antonio and was picked up by Beaumont police yesterday afternoon. Aiden made his way to Broussard's, where his family was waiting to begin preparations for his services. He was the last of the 4 Southeast Texas victims to be recovered from the Hill Country flood.
The city of Beaumont has extended its online open house through midnight tonight to give more people a chance to weigh in on a bond proposal. It could fund over $300 million in projects and raise property taxes for the first time in decades. There are several projects involving parks and recreation, public safety, road improvements, and downtown revitalization. Visit BeaumontBonds.com to weigh in.
Pretty dry start this morning, a couple isolated showers. We'll go 40% as we go through the afternoon. It's going to be a hot afternoon with temperatures around 92. Then Tuesday, Wednesday look pretty dry, and then we'll bring back rain chances, especially Friday into Saturday. Those days we'll see about a 50% coverage of some scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon hours. And then Sunday, hopefully rain chances drop off some to about 30%. Notice we'll stay in those lower 90s through the next 7 days. Our average high this time of year right around 92. So we'll be fairly close to that most days.
Well, here's a reason to smile out of the Texas Hill Country. A group called Washed with Love out of Kerrville is washing clothes for volunteers and first responders dealing with the flood aftermath completely free of charge. And y'all, this is such a big deal in the aftermath of a flood. Everything is just covered in mud, and it's such a big effort they're giving right there. Now, this all started out of a home yesterday when the Williams family felt that they needed to do something to help. They've now recruited nearly 50 people who are working around the clock to make sure that those on the ground have clean clothes.
We've got people that have been here since last Saturday, and today was the first day they've had a chance to do their laundry. So it's, you know, we got firefighters that leave with the clothes on their back and they get here. So it's very, very important to us to make sure they have clean clothes.
She was telling me earlier today that somebody was crying and offering her money and, you know, not understanding why she wouldn't take the money. So, but everything here is donated.
And that group right there also handing out socks and underwear to anyone who needs them during this time. This is such a huge help. You can't even really appreciate it until you're in a situation like that.
Good to know that there are so many different ways to help in instances like this. You don't always think about, hey, let's, you know, wash someone's clothes and stuff. So.
Absolutely.
In our earlier piece, we were talking about a lady came and just wanted to clean the floors for them in the emergency center and everything like that, you know, just to help out, do whatever, you know. Little things really add up.
Yeah, little goes a long way. All right, listen up, guys. Christmas in July on 12 News Daybreak. We're giving away tickets for a family of 4 to Moody Gardens on Wednesdays in the 6 a.m. hour. On the 23rd, we'll announce our grand prize winner. That includes your tickets, a night at the hotel, and a round of golf for one. All you have to do is head to 12newsnow.com/contest to enter.
And thank you, everyone, for watching us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus.
I'll be right back here at midday. Tune in at 11 a.m. for me and Jeff.
Have a great day, everybody.